What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Pastor West, and I'm here with another 5-minute Bible study. So let's check this out. I'm looking at Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3 through 4. And the Word of God says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. The Lord works out everything to its proper end, even the wicked for a day of disaster." Listen, man, this proverb here, Proverbs 16, 3 through 4, the entire chapter of Proverbs, chapter 16, is really, really good stuff. This particular proverb stands as one that could be useful in any season at all of life. On its face, it kind of seems like a straightforward idea. Like, it just makes sense, right? Whatever we plan to do, we should commit it to God. But what does it really mean to commit whatever you do to God? Does it mean that when I am about to wear something for that day, I should pray and ask God for some direction on what to wear? Does it mean that when there's a packed parking lot on a Saturday morning at the supermarket, that I should be praying for an open spot? Is that what it means when it says whatever, that you should commit to God? Well, it is worth noting that when the writer says whatever, it's not a throwaway term. It really does, in fact, have some real life application. And so when it says that, it says anything that encompasses the actions, endeavors, or daily labor that we put forth. So it really means that when we think about the actions that we're going to engage in on a daily basis, we should be considering what God would have to say about it. The other thing, too, is that the author is essentially referring to the whole of human effort, your career, your family, your relationships, your daily tasks. They are telling us to involve the daily execution, motives, and labor of these things to God rather than just doing them on our own and through our own strength and devices. And so it really brings into full view this idea of a codependency. In fact, a full dependency and sufficiency in God. And so what it is inviting us to move away from self-sufficiency, move away from this idea that maybe we are the foreman and God is somehow our employee that we are asking to do the tasks based upon the plans or the blueprints that we've established for ourselves. Sometimes we get into the seat of God. We start trying to do things and make plans and do it the way we envisioned, and then we ask God to kind of fill in the gaps and fill in all of the blank spaces of the plan that we created and established for ourselves. It's a very dangerous place to be. And so you don't want to be that person that's trying to create plans for God and then asking God to jump in and co-sign what it is that you've already established. Later in Proverbs chapter 16, there is a portion in verse 9 where it says that whatever it is that we do, that there's always a plan that seems right in the eyes of a human being, but it is God that ultimately establishes our steps. And so when we think about it from that standpoint, when we consider it from that perspective, that in our heart we plan a course, but really it's the Lord that establishes our steps. When we think of it from that standpoint, we realize very quickly that we are not the ones that are in control. Or as Kanye said to Sway in that interview, you don't have all the answers. You don't have all the answers when it comes to the matters of your life. You don't have all the answers when it comes to the things that are going on. And ultimately, if you're not depending on God, then you could find yourself really being out of sorts, essentially. And so what that means, the question that we should contemplate is what actions, what endeavors, what daily labor, what business transactions or personal things are you supposed to commit to God today? That's the question that's before all of us. How are we going to make sure that we commit those things to God so that ultimately our plans are established? I hope that helps. You guys take care and remain blessed.